Today, we are going to calculate the angle of minimum deviation of a triangular prism. A ray of light is incident on an equilateral triangular glass prism of refractive index 3/2. Calculate the angle of minimum deviation. Solution: the refractive index is given 3/2. The prism's prism refracting angle is A, and that A is 60. Because this triangular prism is angle 180, is equilateral triangle. All the three sides are equal. So if here is 60, here is 60, 120 plus 60, 180 is 60. That's A is 60. So the angle of minimum deviation, dm, is what we are looking for. Now, refractive index is equal to sine half dm. You know what dm is? The minimum deviation we are looking for, plus A all over sine A/2. Now, if we continue, refractive index has now been replaced with 3/2 is equal to sine half bracket dm plus the A now refractive prism refracting angle A have been replaced with 60 all over sine 60. Remember that A was here, which have been replaced now with 60. All over sine 60/2. Now, 3/2 is equal to sine half bracket dm plus 60 all over sine 30. Now here now, 60 divided by 2 is 30. Now we continue. 3/2 is equal to sine half bracket dm plus 60 all over 0.5. Sine 30 is 0.5. So at this point now, 3/2, 3 divided by 2 will give you 1.5. 3 divided by 2 will give you 1.5. Now, if you cross multiply 0.5 times 1.5, which we got here, that's the value now. This is 1.5 for this one, because 3 divided by 2 is 1.5. Now, after cross multiplication, we have 1.5 times 0.5 is equal to sine half bracket dm plus 60. Now 1.5 times 0.5. 1.5 times 0.5 will give you 0.75 is equal to sine half bracket dm plus 60. Now, since what we are looking for is dm, to remove this sign now, we divide both sides by sine. If you divide both sides by sine, we have now, because sine here, if you divide here by sine and here by sine, this sine here will cancel this. We have only this one, which is this. And now 0.75 over sine. Remember that 0.75 over sine is the same thing as sine inverse of 0.75. 0.75 over sine is the same thing as sine inverse of 0.75. Now here now, half times dm, have dm over 2 plus half times 60, you have 60/2. Tan inverse of 0.75 will give you 48.59. Now is equal to dm/2 plus 60 divided by 2 will give you 30. Now if we will continue, we collect like terms here now. Collecting like terms, dm is equal to this 30 crossing the equality sign, it becomes minus. We have now dm/2 is equal to 48.59 minus 30, which will give you 18.59. So this point now, if you cross multiply again, this one now multiplying this, you have dm is equal to 2 times 18.59, which will give you 37.2 degrees. Thank you for watching. If you have any question or any point you are confused, please do well to ask.